This football club's going to be the death of me, man, I swear. So, Liverpool have just lost their first Merseyside derby at Anfield since 1999. And I think that's pretty much summed up our season. Disappointing. Just not the usual Liverpool. Now, I know we've been unlucky with things like injuries, refereeing decisions, which I'll get into later. But in terms of as a team and individual players, we've not been good enough. That's the end of the story. We've not been good enough. The front three haven't been their usual selves this season. From game one, really, I'd say we've not been, what's the word? We've not been clinical enough. Midfield hasn't controlled really many games. Thiago, I was so excited about the signing of, but he gives away a lot of fouls, doesn't he? And he has some good moments, to be fair to him, but he's not the player I thought he was going to be. And I mean, defence, what can I even talk about? We've had 17 or 18 different centre-back partnerships now. Injuries to Van Dijk, Gomez, Matip, they're the three main centre-backs we've got who are all injured, and other defenders as well. Henderson, who just come in as a centre-back partnership, is now injured from this game with a hamstring injury. And honestly, I just don't even know what to say. This season's just been a write-off from start to finish. Right, so let's get into the actual game. The game finished 2-0. We started off, and within, I think, 3 or 4 minutes, James Rodriguez played a through ball into Richarlison. It was a good finish, bottom left, but just disappointing from our point of view, defensive-wise. Ozan Kabak facing the wrong way. You could say, if he was facing the other way, still might not go there. And it's just luck, isn't it, 50-50, because you don't know which way the ball's going to go, but you'd think, maybe it could have done a bit better. And then we were just poor for that first half, really. I think we created more than Everton in that half, but we still weren't good from our usual standards. And then the second half, we came out fast, we came out strong, and I really had confidence that we were going to do something in the second half. I was making myself food, and I'd keep hearing, we got close again, from my dad shouting me. And then I sat down for about 20 minutes, near to the end of the game, and the worst penalty decision I've ever seen, I know I'm going to sound biased, but I've seen on Twitter so many fans from other clubs saying it is not a penalty, and Everton converted from it, Sigurdsson again, bottom left. But I want to talk about the penalty, okay? I don't use that as an excuse, because in the game, we weren't good enough, we weren't clinical enough. Bobby Firmino didn't have his shooting shoes on. Salah, again, was pretty quiet. Mane was, again, pretty quiet. But the penalty just wasn't a penalty, was it? Calvert-Lewin runs through, Alisson comes out, makes a save, Trent falls over, is facing the opposite, is facing the way that Calvert-Lewin's running, so Trent's facing here, Calvert-Lewin's behind him running. Trent just sits up, Calvert-Lewin runs over him, knees Trent in the head, falls to the ground, the referee goes to the VAR screen, looks at it from one angle, far away from where the actual play was, for about 3 seconds and gives a penalty. I don't want to sound biased or salty, but Jesus Christ, that is the worst refereeing I've ever seen. And obviously Sigurdsson scored that and it was game over. I don't really know what to say. Just this season I've been so disappointed with the team. Obviously, I'm not going to be one of these plastic fans. I'm going to stick my team through and through. There's no way I'm not going to. I've sat through a lot of bad Liverpool teams before Klopp came in. We had Brendan Rodgers, that 13-14 season was very good, just missed out. I remember that Istanbul game. I was nearly in tears, I remember. The 2018 final, I think I was in tears. 2019 final, I nearly cried just because I was so happy. Even the Carabao Cup in 2016, I think it was, against Man City. That hurt me a lot. I've gone through a lot of pain with this club, and I've also gone through a lot of highs. And this feels like a low point. Not the lowest. I've gone through a lot lower. But this feels like a pretty low point in me supporting Liverpool Football Club, because we are struggling. There's no two ways about it. We're in a bad position. We forget the league, okay? We're not fighting for the league anymore. We're fighting for top 4. We were the champions last season. which is just dreadful. I was really hoping I wouldn't say that, but here we are. Champions League, we beat Leipzig in the first leg, 2-0. A good performance. We've got the home leg coming up, although it's technically not at home, but you know, if we can, I think really just fight for the Champions League now is the main thing. Fight for the Champions League and hope that we can just pick up a trophy through that, and maybe the FA Cup. Have we played in the FA Cup yet? I don't think we have, so maybe go for that as well. The league, for me, right off, it's done. We need to write off the season, going to next season. All of us players fit, because we need Van Dijk back, man, I swear. In terms of, I'm gonna give a man of the match. I think I'm gonna do this a bit more, where I talk about, like, I give my view on how games have gone. I don't have BT, so in like the Champions League and stuff, I have to just go off what I've read and maybe go off watching the highlights or something. But in terms of my man of the match for today, it's always going to be a Liverpool player that's going to have a Liverpool man of the match. I'm going to go with who I thought was the brightest player, probably Trent. I know, I'm pretty sure he's got quite a lot of slander on Twitter, but in my personal opinion, he was one of our brightest players. I know he gave away the penalty, but I'm not even counting that because it's just not a penalty. I think he was one of our brightest players. He was getting up the pitch pretty well. He was creating some chances. I genuinely think he played well today. But we go again. We go again in our next game. Who actually is our next game? Sheffield United away, that's our next game. So, I mean, hopefully we'll pick up points from that. If we don't pick up points from that, I give up, man. I'm just forgetting this season. But, yeah, thank you all for watching. If you want to see some more like Liverpool reviews, let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care. Peace.